Hey everyone, this is Rich. Welcome to the Rich and Lana Show.
Building wealth together.
Now, in our episode here, we're going to talk about commercial properties and why we love owning them.
Yep. So one of the first one is, of course, residual income.
So what that means is that you're basically going to have passive income. It's a stream of income that's going to come in consistently. Some of our longest term leases are 20 years. So you have that pool of income that's going to come in and you don't have to do anything.
Yep. The great thing about commercial is it's called a triple net. And what does the N stand for, Rich?
The N stands for no taxes, no insurance, and no responsibilities.
Which is amazing because as parents of young kids, something I hated doing while I owned apartments was dealing with tenants. Another one is
tenant profit and loss. So what that means is that, for example, during COVID, you can actually ask the tenant, how are your store sales? What are they? How are you doing? You can actually see visibility into the tenant financials.
Yep.
Try doing that when you're with an apartment building.
Yeah, so once a year, we usually ask our tenants for their P&L, the profit and loss, to see how well they're doing and how much they're paying rent versus how much they're making in paying employees, etc. So that's something that is amazing that we get to do. It's not with everybody, but most of our tenants.
Now, if you have a corporate tenant, they're some of the strongest tenant because your lease is secured by a corporate guarantee.
Yep.
So essentially, you've got a really heavy-duty corporate contract. Some of our best tenants include Bank of America. Mm-hmm. We had a Wells Fargo before. We have Starbucks, DaVita. So those corporate tenants are basically giving you a strong guarantee on that lease.
Yep, and they're all on the S&P, and we want to make sure that they pay us every month on time, taxes, insurance, and whatnot.
Now the next thing is tax benefits. So because we're actually owning the building, we get to depreciate the building expense over 39 and a half years. That means that the income that we're making from these corporate tenants or regular tenants gets offset by a big taxable benefit. There are some other benefits as well too. For example, we still get to write off the property taxes for the Starbucks, for example. We build a tenant and we still get to write that off.
Mm-hmm. So we live in California. We have California tax as well, but there's certain ways we can structure it. That's something we can talk about in another episode.
The other benefit is location. So like any real estate, if you pick a good location, even if it's out of state, you're going to have a lot of vehicle counts per day. And if you pick, like we do, drive-thrus, then you're going to have a lot of traffic because that space can be utilized by a future tenant in the event that the lease expires. So picking a good location such as capital cities is very key. Some of our major holdings are in major metropolitan areas.
Yep. Like in Texas, Ohio, Dayton. We have some in Florida, etc. So it just depends on the deal.
Yep. So just be aware that these locations, they're fairly straightforward. You can get a top 3 city for a good return.
Yep. So those are the reasons why we invest in commercial real estate. So stay tuned and we'll give you more information on the details.